Hi everybody. Well, here we are in the new office. Well, I say new. It doesn't look very new. It's new to me. It's new to me. We've got some pretty basic shelving here. I've got my files sorted out. Got the mirror on the wall. Got the bookcase at the back. I've got the dog on the floor in her bed, and we've got the all singing, all dancing desktop here now. So everything's all grow. It's all grow at Confident Leader Journey. Now, when I started these vlogs, I really just wanted them to be snippets to get you thinking. The more detailed work we do is done on the 12-month program or the 7-day resets or in the webinars I do each month for free as part of the process. But I also want these vlogs to be useful and provide food for thought. So what I'm doing for a few of them is I'm taking some inspiration from my book, Complete Confidence, How to Build the Confidence You Need to Enjoy Your Life. Not just live it, not just get through it or survive it, but actually to enjoy it. And it explores aspects of confidence. It gives you a 5-step journey that you can follow. So if you have an actual immediate confidence issue, boom, you can work through it straight away by yourself. But then it goes into some areas of special thinking about confidence, how to manage fear, how other people have expanded their confidence zones, and some confidence traps and confidence tips. Okay. So one of the things I wanted to share here was one of the Confidence Journey Accelerator tips. And this is something that if you want to be a leader and you want to build your self-awareness to increase your confidence, it's very important to know this about yourself, and it's helpful to know it about other people. So what we're going to look at in this one is your blind spot. Okay. Now, I had 3 clients who at first sight seemed to be focusing on 3 different issues. Okay. So I had Sandra, who her impatience was causing her to push her team at work through their confidence thresholds, leading to more conflict than there should be. And her team started actually calling her behavior bullying. So that was not a very good thing. Second person I was talking to was Emma. She didn't trust her team members to do their share of the project. So she found it really hard to delegate. And then we had Rachel. And that she knew consciously that she could rely on her team and they all know their stuff. But she still wasn't delegating to them. She was still micromanaging them, not letting them get on with their roles, and it was causing some conflict in the team. Now, we could look at each of those things as separate issues to be dealt with, but actually, if you think about them, there's one thing they all share, and that is the leader's confidence in themselves and their ability to trust their teams. Now, if this isn't relevant to being a confident leader, I don't know what is. So in the first one, Sandra, her eagerness to make progress means that she misses the moments when her team members hesitate, or she doesn't hear them when they express concerns. So they end up then being pushed through those concerns and worries and perceive her as a bully. In other words, what Sandra isn't seeing is she's not seeing the trigger stacking in her team. She's not seeing that here's a concern, here's another one, here's another one, here's another one, and eventually that causes the team to fracture. In the second situation, Emma, she's not sure how to handle all the what-ifs that keep crowding into her mind, which is making it hard for her to relax and trust her team. She thinks that only she can possibly anticipate all the what-ifs. She can't possibly trust anybody else to do it. And the third one, Rachel knows her team is capable and competent, but the real issue is she doesn't trust herself and her ability to delegate. So each of these is about how we manage ourselves and our minds, thoughts, and behaviors with regards to teams. Now, the good thing about all 3 of these statements is that the people who are making them are aware they each have an issue. And the issue actually is self-awareness. And if you know me at all, you know I always say self-awareness is a prerequisite for self-management. So the first steps have been taken. I mean, unless you know there's a problem, how can you even begin to look at solutions? A lot of people would have seen problems with the team and not actually realized that the issue was their own. And this is one of the big things. This is where self-awareness can be challenging. I mean, for Rachel, it was a bit of a shock to realize that it was her issue. For Sandra to actually accept that it was her own impatience putting the team at risk, she found that quite threatening. So to accept that you don't trust your team because of your own mind's patterns, that can be really difficult. And that's where a coach or objective friend can be really helpful, because they help you see what you can't necessarily see in yourself. Now, there's a tool called the Johari Window. It's actually named after Joseph Luft and Harrington Ingham. You can see Johari, they combined their names. In 1955 was when they developed it. And there's lots of versions out there. The one I prefer to use is one where there's a 2 by 2 matrix. And what I'd like you to imagine is that one axis is whether something's known to yourself or not known to yourself. And the other axis is whether it's known to others or not known to others. So basically you've got 4 boxes. So one of those boxes is where you know it yourself and other people know it about you. And that's what we call the public self. So you know it, other people know it. It's out there. Then there's a bit that's known to you but not known to others. That's your private self. So there's some things that you don't necessarily share with everybody. That's your private self. So we've got 2 boxes there. Now then there are 2 boxes which are not known to you. One is where you don't know it and other people don't know it. It's what we call the invisible self. And we can talk about therapy when we get into that. But for our purposes, it's not really relevant. But the big box that's relevant to us here is where something's not known to you, but other people know it. And that's what we call the blind spot. Now with Sarah, Rachel and Emma, they knew there was a problem. And in talking to me, I was able to give them some feedback that perhaps the issue wasn't with the teams, but it was with them. What it was, most of us have a blind spot about how our behavior is impacting people, about how our decisions are impacting people. I mean, we're just going along doing what we've always done. We're not necessarily consciously aware that it has an impact on people. And sometimes it takes an outsider to look in and see that this is happening. So my question for you is, what blind spots are impacting your business and how can you find out about them? Who can you ask? Think about some issues you have, either at home, in relationships, in work, in hobbies, with an individual or with teams. And just ask yourself, is there something I'm not seeing about myself? Is there a blind spot? How can I fix this? A lot of businesses now do 360-degree feedback because that's a way of getting input from everybody around you. Or you can ask some trusted friends to give you that feedback. One of the things about a confident leader is the smaller you make your blind spot, the more confident you'll be and the better leader you'll be, whether that's in your life, in your teams, or wherever. So think about that blind spot. See if you can recognize spaces where it's showing up and see if you can work on fixing it. Now we have another vlog on this topic coming up, which takes it to another level. So watch out for that one. In the meantime, if you want to know more about this, head on over and sign up to join the Taster program for the Confident Leader Journey. Or join the 12-month membership, which is, there's different levels of membership, but fundamentally we explore different aspects of self-awareness, self-management, other management during a 12-month membership program. Okay, so it's www.confidentleaderjourney.com. See you there.